Have you ever felt disrespected or hurt by someone's words or actions? We often assume that respect comes from others, from how they treat us. However, Stoic philosophy teaches that true respect begins within ourselves. When we adjust our mindset, control our emotions, and apply the principles of Stoicism in our lives, no one can belittle or insult us. In today's video, I'll share 15 timeless lessons from Stoic philosophy, principles embraced by great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. These lessons will not only help you navigate disrespect, but also build a strong inner self, a sense of calm and unshakable self-respect. Together, let's embark on this journey to discover inner freedom and mental strength, qualities no one can take away from you. Once you embrace these lessons, disrespect will no longer affect you the same way again. As always, I have a small challenge for you. Watch this video until the end. If you're truly committed to maintaining calmness and improving yourself, leave a comment saying, "Challenge accepted." Let's begin with the first principle. Number 1. Mindfulness. Mindfulness in Stoic philosophy is more than just awareness of the present moment. It involves deeply understanding your thoughts and life itself. This understanding helps you control your emotions and avoid impulsive reactions, even in challenging situations. Think about it. Is it really someone's words that hurt you, or is it your reaction that causes the pain? Mindfulness encourages us to clearly perceive reality, to focus on what we can control, and to let go of what we cannot. In the teachings of Stoicism, this perspective aligns with a universal truth. Similarly, it's reflected in the saying, "Why do you see the speck in your brother's eye, but fail to see the beam in your own?" This reminds us to look inward before reacting outwardly. We can't stop people from saying or doing hurtful things, but we can always choose how to respond. Mindfulness teaches us that insults are not reflections of our worth, but tests of our mental strength. For example, when faced with criticism at work or disrespect in relationships, mindfulness allows you to remain calm and assess the situation objectively. Often, insults reveal more about the person delivering them than about you. Are you ready to wake up each day, live mindfully, and seek clarity in every moment? Because only through mindfulness can you truly take control of your life. Number 2. Compassion. Compassion is not a weakness. It's an invisible strength born from a calm and understanding heart. In Stoic philosophy, compassion reflects harmony with human nature. Marcus Aurelius once said, "All men are made one for another. Either teach them better or bear with them." When we realize that everyone is fighting their own battles, it becomes easier to empathize and respond with kindness. Imagine a stranger bumps into you and blames you instead of apologizing. Your first instinct might be anger. But what if you paused and asked yourself, what might this person be going through today? Perhaps they're struggling with something heavy, a job loss, heartbreak, or another personal challenge. Compassion helps us restrain our anger and offer empathy instead. A kind word or a patient reaction can provide comfort not only to the other person, but also to ourselves. Instead of being pulled into conflict, compassion allows us to create a space for understanding and reconciliation. Think about it. How often do we judge others without knowing their struggles? Compassion is a bridge to peace for ourselves and those around us. Number 3. Impermanence. Impermanence is an inevitable part of life. It reminds us that everything is temporary, from joy and success to pain and hardship. This realization can free us from the fear of change and allow us to live fully in the present. Why do people often fear change? It's because they cling to the past or try to control the future. But the truth is, life is like the changing seasons. Flowers bloom only for a time, and then they fade. This impermanence makes every moment precious. Understanding impermanence teaches us to value the present instead of fixating on what we've lost. A clear example of this is how we cope with major life events. Whether it's a career setback, a broken relationship, or even personal achievements, knowing that this too shall pass allows us to approach life with a balanced perspective. By embracing impermanence, we can stop resisting change and instead see it as an opportunity for growth and renewal. These principles of mindfulness, compassion, and impermanence are just the beginning. As we dive deeper into Stoic philosophy, you'll discover even more powerful lessons to transform your inner world and build unshakable resilience. Life is in constant flux, and impermanence is a reality we cannot escape. Consider a successful business person who built an empire only to see their wealth vanish overnight due to an economic crisis. What defines their strength is not the loss they endured, but how they responded to it. As Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Instead of resisting change, Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept it and use it as an opportunity for growth. While we cannot control the passage of time, we can control our mindset and how we respond to life's transformations. Impermanence reminds us to let go of fear and embrace courage and resilience. So, the question is, will you face change with fear or with steadfastness and strength? Number 4, humility. In Stoic philosophy, humility is not about lowering oneself. It's about recognizing our true place in the universe. No matter how much we achieve or learn, our knowledge is but a drop in the vast ocean of the unknown. Humility forms the foundation of growth. When we approach life with an open heart and mind, we can learn from anyone and every situation. Ask yourself, have you ever faced difficulties in relationships or work because you weren't humble enough to truly listen? When we believe we know everything, we close the door to growth. Even the most successful leaders, entrepreneurs, scientists, and innovators thrive because they remain humble and open to learning. Bill Gates, for example, attributes much of his success to his constant pursuit of knowledge and humility in recognizing what he doesn't know. Humility also helps us face failures more easily. Understanding our limitations allows us to view mistakes as opportunities to learn rather than threats to our ego. Look back at your setbacks. What lessons have they taught you? In Stoic philosophy, humility is like a spiritual compass, guiding us toward wisdom and true self-growth. Number 5, right speech. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we speak. Epictetus emphasized this principle, reminding us of the power and responsibility that comes with our words. In a world where words can spread instantly and thoughtlessly, Stoic philosophy urges us to be mindful of every word we say. Right speech is about more than speaking the truth. It's about doing so with kindness, respect, and an awareness of its impact. Have you ever spoken in anger and regretted it later? A careless remark, even unintentional, can leave deep wounds. The Stoics believed that controlling our words begins with controlling our thoughts, as ungoverned thoughts lead to impulsive actions. Take Abraham Lincoln as an example. During heated political conflicts, Lincoln was known for his calm demeanor and his thoughtful choice of words. Instead of attacking his opponents, he focused on respect and reconciliation, even in the most challenging situations. Lincoln's approach shows us that thoughtful speech can reduce conflict and build bridges, even between those with opposing views. Words, when used mindfully, are a powerful tool. They prevent harm, foster harmony, and encourage calmness over impulsiveness. Can you change someone's life by choosing kind and thoughtful words? The answer is yes. And in doing so, you also create a life filled with peace, reflection, and meaningful connections. Number 6, patience. Patience is a precious virtue and a key to inner peace. In Stoic philosophy, patience is not just about waiting, it's about the ability to face and respond to difficulties with calmness and composure. It is in how we handle adversity that patience truly shines. Do you often feel impatient or restless when things don't go your way? Ask yourself, could you change your attitude and embrace challenges with calmness and perseverance? If you did, could you find peace and success even during the hardest times? Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Whatever happens to you has been waiting to happen since the beginning of time." Think of a ceramic artist. Creating a perfect piece requires countless attempts and failures. Similarly, patience reminds us that progress takes time, and every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. In daily life, whether you're waiting for an important decision or facing delays, instead of worrying, use that time to improve yourself. Every waiting period is a chance to cultivate calmness and self-discipline. Patience, like a guiding light through difficult times, helps us overcome adversity without being defeated. Let it become your companion, bringing peace and strength to every moment of your life. Number 7. Gratitude. Gratitude is at the heart of inner peace. According to Stoic philosophy, when we're grateful for the small things in life, we not only recognize the value of the present moment, but also learn to accept changes with a calm mind. Do you often overlook the simple yet valuable things in life? A warm meal, fresh air, or your health. These might seem small, but they are the foundation of happiness. Yet we often get caught in the cycle of wanting what we don't have, forgetting to appreciate what we already do. Consider the story of someone who survived a serious accident. After their ordeal, they no longer took simple daily activities like walking or seeing the blue sky for granted. Returning to these simple pleasures made them realize that true happiness lies in these seemingly insignificant moments. In Stoicism, gratitude goes beyond being thankful for the good things. It involves being grateful for challenges as well, as they provide opportunities for growth and development. Have you ever considered that instead of cursing tough times, you could be thankful for the lessons they bring? Live with gratitude every day, and you'll see that life doesn't need to be perfect to be meaningful. We want to take a moment to thank you for making it halfway through today's video. Your commitment shows that you're fully dedicated to this journey of growth and inner peace. Now, let's shift our focus to the remaining principles. Number 8. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most challenging yet rewarding virtues in Stoic philosophy. It is not simply about letting go of grudges, it's about freeing yourself from the chains of suffering. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, begin each day by telling yourself, "Today I shall meet with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. These things are inevitable, but I have the power to choose my response." Forgiving doesn't mean accepting what is wrong. It's about releasing yourself from the burden of hatred and resentment. Take the example of Jesus Christ, who, even in the face of immense suffering, said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." This profound act of forgiveness is not only a testament to boundless compassion, but also a reminder of its transformative power. If someone like Jesus could forgive in the most agonizing moments, can we not do the same in our everyday lives? Forgiveness does not condone injustice. It's a choice to not let pain and anger control our lives. Think about a time when you held on to resentment. Did it improve your life, or did it make you feel heavier? Forgiveness allows us to regain inner peace. When we forgive, we don't just set others free, we liberate ourselves. Remember, forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It's the highest expression of spiritual strength. Reflection for growth. During my exploration of Stoicism, I came across a profound saying, The richest person is not the one who has the most, but the one who needs the least. This timeless wisdom leads us to our next principle, the ninth key to becoming exceptionally wise. Number 9. Contentment. Have you ever wondered why humans always crave more, even when they already have so much? Contentment is not about giving up or lacking ambition. It's the art of accepting and appreciating what we already possess. The lesson of contentment teaches us that happiness doesn't come from accumulating more wealth, fame, or power, but from being grateful for and satisfied with the simple, ordinary things in life. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. How often do you find yourself caught in the cycle of comparison or envy? Society often pushes us to chase luxuries and milestones, but how much of that truly brings peace? Contentment arises from realizing that nothing is permanent. Learning to appreciate the present moment leads to a calmer, more peaceful life. Stoicism doesn't discourage having dreams or aspirations. It simply reminds us that the true value of life lies in how we perceive and appreciate what we already have. If we nurture thoughts of sufficiency, our souls will remain at peace, unbothered by things beyond our control. Look around you. Perhaps you know people who live simple yet meaningful lives. What makes them happy? Is it their wealth or their ability to cherish life's little blessings? Feel free to share your insights or stories in the comments below. Number 10. Generosity. Generosity is a virtue deeply valued in Stoic philosophy, not only because it benefits others, but because it nourishes our own souls. In Stoicism, generosity is not just about sharing material possessions. It's about the willingness to give without expecting anything in return. Have you ever given something selflessly? How did it make you feel? Acts of selfless giving often leave us feeling lighter, freer, and more fulfilled. This is the essence of Stoic generosity. When we give without selfish motives, we free ourselves from ambition and greed while fostering genuine connections with those around us. Generosity doesn't always involve money. It can be as simple as offering your time, sharing knowledge, or lending an empathetic ear to someone in need. Modern examples abound. Successful individuals donate to charitable causes, while volunteers dedicate their time to uplifting underserved communities. These acts not only create positive change for others, but also provide the giver with a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment. When practiced sincerely, generosity brings spiritual freedom. It reminds us that true value lies not in how much we own, but in how we use what we have to make the world a better place. Are you ready to live more generously? Number 11. Serenity. In life, we all face challenges that can feel overwhelming, like storms threatening to drown us in chaos and despair. But what if you could remain calm in the storm, unaffected by the worst circumstances? Serenity isn't a gift from the universe, it's an inner strength we can all cultivate. It acts as a shield, protecting our soul from emotional tempests, and is the true path to spiritual freedom. Have you ever faced a situation that left you feeling completely out of control? It could have been a career setback, the end of a relationship, or even the daily struggles that weigh you down. Our natural reaction is often panic, anxiety, or anger. But what if, instead, you stepped back, stayed calm, and observed the situation objectively? Could you find a more rational and enlightened way forward? Consider Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years of imprisonment. Despite unimaginable hardships, he remained patient and composed, emerging as a global symbol of peace and forgiveness. Serenity isn't about avoiding reality, it's about facing it with unwavering strength and composure. How would your life change if you embraced serenity in every situation? Try stepping back, observing, and remaining calm. Serenity is the key to navigating any storm. Number 12. Mindful consumption. In a world surrounded by temptations, Stoicism reminds us that mindful consumption isn't just about controlling how we use resources, it's about how we nourish our souls. Do we really need luxurious items and endless conveniences, or are we simply swept up in societal expectations? Marcus Aurelius said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Consumption is not just about material goods. It includes everything we take in daily, from food and clothing to ideas and emotions. Do the things you consume truly bring you peace, or do they add to the anxiety of chasing unnecessary desires? Modern society encourages unconscious consumption, from overshopping to the endless stream of information on social media. But do we need all of it, or is it weighing down our minds? Stoicism teaches that happiness and freedom come from within. Take Steve Jobs as an example. He embraced minimalism, avoiding distractions to focus on what truly mattered in his life. His mindful approach to consumption helped him stay aligned with his purpose. Have you ever considered how much lighter your life could feel if you consumed more consciously? From the food you eat to the way you spend your time, mindful consumption isn't just about behavior. It's about choosing the right path for both your mind and soul. Number 13. Kindness. Have you ever wondered how a small act of kindness can change someone's life? Sometimes a simple smile or a small gesture can ease the silent suffering someone may be enduring. Stoic philosophy teaches us that kindness is not only about how we treat others, but also how we treat ourselves. When we show kindness to others, we cultivate a peaceful soul, free from the weight of selfishness or expectation. Consider the example of Mother Teresa. She dedicated her life to helping the poor and the sick, asking for nothing in return. While not everyone can live as she did, practicing kindness in small, everyday actions can bring profound change. If everyone made kindness a habit, the world would undoubtedly become a better place. So, where can you begin? Look around. Who might need your help today? What can you give without expecting anything in return? Kindness forms the foundation for becoming the best version of ourselves, both in the eyes of others and in our own self-reflection. Number 14. Compassion. Compassion, according to Stoic philosophy, is not just about feeling sympathy for others. It's about deeply understanding human nature. There's a famous saying, "Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about." Be kind, always. Have you ever encountered someone who acted rudely or hurt you without any clear reason? Our typical response might be anger or resentment. But what if you paused and asked yourself, what might have caused them to act this way? Could they be dealing with pain or struggles I cannot see? Stoic philosophy encourages us to respond to cruelty with understanding and forgiveness rather than retaliation. Compassion is the key to freeing ourselves from judgment and rising to a higher moral ground. Consider the lives of figures like Mahatma Gandhi or the Dalai Lama. Despite facing immense challenges, they consistently demonstrated compassion and love toward all people, even those who wronged them. This is the highest form of compassion that Stoicism aspires to, not just for those who are easy to love, but for those who have lost their way. Ask yourself, if we faced all injustices with compassion, how would our lives change? Compassion not only eases the suffering of others, but also brings true peace and happiness to ourselves. Number 15. Inner peace. Inner peace is a state that everyone desires but often finds elusive. In Stoic philosophy, inner peace doesn't come from avoiding adversity or seeking perfection in the world around us. Instead, it comes from accepting reality and controlling our reactions. It is our mindset and attitude, not external circumstances, that determine the tranquility of our soul. Inner peace can be found in the simplest moments, even when faced with pressure or stress. Imagine a morning where you're preparing to go to work. On your way, you encounter a traffic jam, horns blaring and delays piling up. Most people feel anxious and frustrated in such situations. But what if, instead of stressing over the things you can't control, you paused, took a deep breath, and reminded yourself that worrying won't change the traffic? You might use the time to enjoy a favorite song, reflect on something positive, or simply practice patience. This shift in attitude allows you to find calm amidst chaos. Ask yourself, if I stop demanding perfection and focus on controlling my thoughts, will I feel lighter and more at peace? Inner peace is not a distant goal. It's within your reach. It starts with changing how you perceive life. The journey to self-respect. When you truly understand and apply these 15 lessons from Stoic philosophy, you'll realize that life is filled with situations where you may feel judged or disrespected. But the most important thing is how you react. You will develop a steadfast, strong, and self-controlled spirit, something no one can break. At that point, respect will not only come from others, but more importantly, from within yourself. Walk with confidence, knowing that no one can disrespect you unless you allow it. The journey to earning respect isn't a distant goal. It begins today with how you treat yourself and the world around you. Your peace and self-respect are inviolable. All you need to do is choose to control yourself, and everything else will naturally fall into place. If you enjoyed this video, please comment with a 1, and if you didn't, comment with a 0, so we can continue improving and delivering better content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos on Stoic living and personal growth.